This is coming out of Luke 12:29. And seek not ye what ye shall eat, or what ye shall drink, neither buy ye of doubtful mind. Neither be ye of doubtful mind. We need more than food and water to sustain life. We need each other. God blesses us with friends and family who share close relationships with us. When we need a shoulder to cry on or a friendly face to help us celebrate, they are there. When we need spiritual guidance and assistance in recovery, they are always near. God provides for us in ways we can't understand, and we are incredibly thankful for such a loving Heavenly Father. Dear Father, you know all our needs. We are thankful for our friends and family who you have chosen to provide peace, comfort, and joy when we need it most. In Jesus' name, amen. It's always wonderful when God does that. Provides you with a loving spiritual family. Always can lean on. Birds of a feather flock together. You know, that's not a negative statement. It's actually a neutral statement because birds of a feather do flock together. Good people hang with good people. Bad people hang with bad people most of the times. If a bad person is hanging with a good person, they're seeking to be good. And if a good person is hanging with a bad person, they're seeking to be bad. I remember when I had all of that. All of that support and, stuff like that. But I'm in a stage in my faith where I listened to this song, right? And a well-known, Christian speaker, he was saying at the end of the song, it's called Trading Faith. And he said, when I was mad or ready to be angry, I don't run to a bottle. That's what I used to trust. I don't run to money and make myself swamped with work and stuff like that. I don't even go to my spouse because they are not the source. They are a resource. Trading faith. I'm putting my faith in Jesus Christ. Whereas oftentimes I put my faith in people. I feel lonely, so I need a human being's company. And then sometimes I will just to not be lonely, endure their thinking and endure how they're moving and what they're doing. I say endure because most of the times birds of a feather flock together. The only time a person will deal with, you having less than them, or you're going through a little bit. So every once in a while, the people that really got it going on or got things in motion, they'll slow down sometimes to deal with people that's trying to get things going. That's your time and chance. You know, you got to be ready when that happens. But sometimes the people that do that, they're not genuine in heart. So that's not even your time or chance. And that's the part that Satan plays on, you know. And now you think you have somebody that's with you, you both of you all get ready to do some things, and the whole time their heart is not in. See, God judges the heart. You know, we only can see remnants of it. He judges the heart solely, because that's what motivates us. That's what makes us go in a direction. That's what makes us steadfast in any direction, because our heart's in it. When your mind in it, you can quit at any moment. I think I need a relationship, or I think I need a man, I think I need a girl, I think I need this, I think I need a car. You know, those are thinking things, to the point that when you set out to do it, you don't even put a whole lot of attention to it, a whole lot of effort or anything. But let's say like you got a car, right? And your car is sufficient enough for you. You get up every day, it works, it turns on, and even if you got to turn the key this way and jiggle it a little bit, it all works for you, and your day is going smoothly. So even when you say, you know what, I need a car, your actions to go get the car doesn't even fit. It doesn't even propel you to really go out there and really try to seek the car, because that's just a thought. But let someone that you cared about, or you feel like is you honor the things that they feel or how they see you, you know, and they were to get in your car, and then a face that they make, or a gesture, or something that they say, you think you need a new car, that might get into your spirit. It hurts your spirit. So now you have sown it in your heart now that you need a car. You're gonna go get one now. And most of us, when they get like that, because that's something that's cliche being said. The reason why I've done this, or the reason why I went this hard, because I remember people made me feel like this, and I never want to feel like that again. That's what pushes your heart. Whereas with God, He wants the heart to come after the decision. He just wants you to make a strategic and a good and healthy, wise decision. Pure math, this is what, and then at the end, enjoy your decision. Enjoy the outcome that God provides from making these type of decisions. I love Jesus. I love God. I do. And right now I haven't stopped trying to start a business and stuff, and I haven't been putting a lot to this. You know, I'm supposed to paint the walls and, you know, get the couches and stuff in here, and try to build a podcast. That's what He told me to do. I don't want to say I don't want to do it, because I would love, people know I like to talk, and I like to meet people and do things and stuff like that. The fear is, what I'm running into is two forms of knowledge, right? Two forms of knowledge. Wisdom is what you do with the knowledge. So it's two forms of knowledge. One form of knowledge is when you're taught, but everyone else should know. That's one form of knowledge. What does that look like? Going to school. You're not the only one in school. That book is not the only book. So 1 + 1 is 2 for everyone instead of you. You know, That is for everyone. And then you have, see, when I was coming up, they said book smart and street smart. Well, what that translates to me is book smart is what everybody know. And it's how much of what everyone know that I know. Precipitation, centrifugal force, cascade convey, like water cycle. See, all of this type of stuff, man. Like to the point that when you talk to children to grown-ups, H2O, 2-part hydrogen, 1-part oxygen. See, when a person says, what is H2O? To the point that a lot of this knowledge that's commonly used goes into slang. That's how common it is. Man, give me some of that H2O, man, you got. That came from science class, man. All us looked at. And then you have what they call street knowledge. Street knowledge is the knowledge of dealing with people. Period. That's what street knowledge is. Common sense, which is that little area in school, and it's crazy, right? Because they even try to teach that in school. But when I say it, reading and comprehension. To comprehend what's being conveyed to you, what's being said to you, how to communicate. Reading and comprehension. That's why they even do the math in storylines and stuff like that. They try to get you to be able to comprehend what's happening. Now, that's basic knowledge. How to talk with proper grammar. If I give you $2 to go to the store and you spent $1.25, how much money you should come back with? See, this should be common sense. Where my 75 cents at? Yeah, that was school said. School said when I give you $2 and you go spend $1.25, I should get 75 cents back. See that? Boom. Now, but this is the thing. This is where common sense or street knowledge come in, right? Because technically, we have labeled it that, but it's heavenly wisdom. It's the Bible. If I give $2 to a person that the first time they came back, they only brung me, first of all, they didn't bring me no change the first time. The second time, because I asked for my change, because they thought I wasn't going to ask for my change, they came up with a strategic way to give you some change close to what your change is supposed to be, but pocket the rest. So now, do I dismiss this person? Do I give them a chance to really show themselves to be a better person? Do I see this right here? All of this is what they deem street knowledge. How to treat people, how to use people, how to not let people use you, how to let people use you, when to let people use you. See, all of that type of stuff, that's not taught in those books. That's not taught in school. See what I'm saying? So when we quick to say, I want to put my kid or homeschool my kid and stuff like that, what we're doing is depriving them of social environment so where they can learn to how to deal with people. And not only that, once you gradually push them over there to the Bible, then they can start running it together and say, okay, well, when I deal with this person this time, let me try this. Because it says if you do this, then this will happen. So that's the thing. And then that's the heavenly wisdom that's supposed to be common sense. Once you read the Bible and you have ran into people and you've seen what happened with that, now it teaches you how to deal with people and try to get the best out of a person. That's what the Bible is for, right? How to deal with people and get the best out of them. Not the worst. Not the worst. The best. You know. Your shaping of you and getting you to get all that is to get the best out of another person. Get that smile. Get that happiness. You know. Hey, brother, hey, how you doing? To get that. Because before all of that, the hardships of life and stuff like that, not letting God be God sometimes, we don't come with that type of energy. It's a lot of negative energy and it's a lot of grief and strife, you know. But if you let God take care of it, He's going to do it. He take that load off you to where you see people, man. It's like the feeling that you have when you first come through a situation where you know only God did it, right? He's the only one that did that. He's the only one that allowed you to come through that. When you see the next person after that, man, you are so lit. Hey, man, how you doing, man? Man, I'm going to tell you, you know. And see what happens with that, when you pass it on to another person, man, and they gather that type of emotion in, man, they looking for that. They starving for that. But first I gotta let God be God. Right? I deal with people periodically through the day. A lot of the times I'm still in the world, you know, even though a lot of the times God has me isolated. I'm gonna say this one more time. God has me isolated. Not me, not another person, not somebody from back home, not some, I don't know. But anyway, so I don't know, man. And it's like I remember I went on a run. I went on a run years back and I ended up in North Carolina. North Carolina has a different way they deal with their criminals, right? What they do is, not North Carolina as in its entirety. It's just Henderson, North Carolina, right? Vance County. I was locked up in there. It was small jail. And if you get locked up in Richmond, right? In Richmond, Virginia, and pretty much, yeah, if you get locked up in Richmond, Virginia, the first thing that they're going to do, they're going to lock you up. They're going to try to give you a bond and you get one call. The second thing that they're going to do, you're going to see the magistrate. And then once you see the magistrate is going to give you a date to see the judge. So technically, and normally, that date is the very next morning to see the judge. If you should not get out on bond the very next morning, even if you get out on bond the very next morning, you see that judge. Then that judge is going to give you another date. See, now you know you're not in limbo of what's going on. Well, in North Carolina, when you get locked up, you do the bond thing, you get one call, of course, yeah, but they're not going to give you a date. You don't go see someone and they no. You sit in the jail and wait on the mail to see your court date. Then the town was so small at this time now, it may be different, it may have changed, you know. But at this time, the town was so small that if a major case happened, it puts everyone else's cases on freeze. So you might not get a letter in the mail saying you're going to court for a whole month. So a whole month you just in the jail in this little small confinement trying to figure out when you. It's weird. Because that was the beginning of when I really put my foot down to really following Jesus Christ. I lost my best friend to Voss Creed. Lost another friend of mine, man, that I really, really was connecting with. He died with him. And when I was in North Carolina, I landed in North Carolina in that jail. And I can don't forget how isolated, and it wasn't until I fully let go. It was Proverbs 3. It was a Bible that was sitting in the window. It was a Bible sitting in the window. and weirdly, because for most of us that have ever been on forced vacations, weirdly, you can see out the window, right? You can sit on your bunk and just look out the window. They try not to let you get that type of visual so you won't plan no escape. But this particular one, you can look out there and you can see the leaves and the stuff fall. So I opened up, at that time I used to take the Bible and just open it up, so I need to get me stop dealing with this phone stuff, go back. Organic, like they do with the food. They did organic, can I say that word? Organicize religion. What are you talking about? Look at the kid. Look, so I need to go organic. I need to get my Bible. I needed to be King James versions, no new revised version. None of that. I need to fast. I need to get all of these impurities out of me, and because that's what I did when that happened. When the check engine light came on that time, I put in full service because I wanted to keep this luxury car. I put full makeover on it because I no exaggeration. I fast 4 times in a row. I fast 4 times in a row. Fast so much, I was down to 115. So it felt like this all over again. It's like he did this with my freedom this time. This time he don't want me in a jail. Look, right before I left, right? So people can really feel it, get an understanding. Right before I left, I went to court. I went to court for child support. Right? Went to court for child support. The prosecutor was so adamant about locking me up. She brought Henrico case and tried to mix it with Richmond case. And not only that, she wanted to give me 11 months right then and there. Told her I was grieving, lost her son. Now get this. My son that I lost is on the paperwork. They want the money for him. Right? So I tell them that this I'm grieving on this. So the judge feeling and everything, the prosecutor said, Well, it says here that he lost his son August the 11th. So the judge said, yeah, that's what he said. So she said, yeah, of 2001. I'm not 2021. So he was like, yeah. So she said, well, it shows here he wasn't paying child support before that date. And he ain't been paying child support after that. So the judge, then she even went as far as to say, I got a warrant for my arrest and everything. So the judge found empathy in this situation, and he let me go right in and there, right out there. She was hot. She was hot. To the point that even when they were trying to call in to see if I did have a warrant, the deputy, I ain't gonna call her name, the deputy told me, look, they want me to check, do you got a warrant? So she put her hands on me, basically, look, man, get out of here. You know, so boom, I left. You know what I'm saying? I left. Packed the family up and left. And I did that. Like, I was already on a forced vacation after losing my son. And I thank God, I don't care how people feel or how weak people feel like I may have been. But God knew I wasn't going to survive. I won't. The depression was too strong. It was too strong. And then to be confined in a place like that, my mental, I would have killed myself. As strong as I am, as mentally strong as I am, as emotionally strong as I am, to the point I know that he knows. I know that he knows. So God strategically put it together and let me out of that situation. How did he let me out of that situation? They changed the law. They changed the law from the marijuana law. So the case that I was fighting at the time, they used the fact of smelling the marijuana to kick into the hotel. That was probable cause. So being that now the law has changed and it was retroactive, now you can't use that as your basis of probable cause. So then at the time, God blessed me with didn't even pay for it. All truth. Didn't even pay for it. And once I got her, it was no need to even try to. She was running for Attorney General. Yeah. I think she was running for Attorney General. And she had good votes, man. She get good votes. So she basically, look, let me do this. You know, because all of this is going to be lamb-like. We beat this case. It's going to be the first case from the retroactive. So then your case will be the case that they all have to go to learn how to either, just to judge it correctly. Pavel Lamont Mosley versus Virginia. It's documented to this day. All of that. Now get this. I was on the run for the case for 2 years. 2 years. Within the 2 years, if I get locked up, driving out of license or something like that, oh, we've been looking for you. Boom. But at the time, look how God done everything. At the time, Richmond, Virginia is really, really understanding addiction. It is a sickness. So they're trying to treat it. They know confining people with addiction is not going to treat the addiction. They want jails in Richmond, Virginia, for people that don't believe I'm from where I'm from. They want jails in Richmond, Virginia, strictly for violent criminals. That's what they're trying to do. Everybody else go on bond with ankle monitors and stuff like that because we got enough violent offenders. We can fill the jail up. We don't need all of the users and so due to that turn of events of how the economy was moving, he had me fall right in it. So every time I got locked up, all I had to do is bond out to a program. Which one did I bond out to? A Christian one. Pastor Balboa. Go to his program. Get out, go to his program, fight to try to get myself together. Going through all of that. He kept me. That's how I know it's something. That's why I keep on going. I think I made about 32 of these little Jones. The beginning of them I don't really like. I'm sitting here telling you now, I really don't like the beginning of them. I'm starting to warm up to them, But eventually I'm gonna get it to a point where I'm gonna do what I'm supposed to do with this. I love Jesus and I want my kids to love him the same. I want them to look at me and say, well, if it worked for Dad, it got to be me.